Hello everybody, and welcome to another tropical update. Last night, Hurricane Grace made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane in the south-central Mexican Gulf Coast between Tuxpan de Rodriguez Cano, Mexico, and Gutierrez, Zamora, Mexico. And it made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 125 miles per hour. So I mentioned yesterday in my video that it was possible that Grace was going to strengthen to a Category 3 hurricane and undergo rapid intensification. And that is exactly what happened with Grace yesterday. It rapidly intensified from a Category 1 at 6 p.m. Central Time yesterday to a 125 mile per hour Category 3 hurricane right before landfall at 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Saturday. So Grace underwent rapid intensification as I thought it might. And now Grace is centered over northern Mexico City, and the mountains of south central Mexico are tearing it apart. So it has weakened significantly and now only has maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, and is likely going to continue to weaken into remnants as it shifts towards southwestern Mexico, and the mountains continue to tear the center apart. And now we have Henri. I'd been pronouncing it Henry, but I found out that you pronounce it as Henri, and Henri is now a 75 mile per hour Category 1 hurricane moving north-northeast at 17 miles per hour. And yesterday I had said that I thought it was going to rapidly intensify, but it never did. And now I don't think it's going to intensify that much at all. So the Hurricane Center has it strengthening to 85 miles per hour by midnight tonight, and then 80 miles per hour noon tomorrow, and making landfall as a 70 mile per hour tropical storm tomorrow evening near Bridgeport, Connecticut and eastern Long Island. So Henri I don't think it's going to get above Category 1 anymore. And I'm going to show you the wind shear map, and I'm going to explain why Henri will not strengthen above Category 1. So here is Henri right here, and so you're looking at a map of wind shear and wind shear tendencies, and it's measured in knots for the last 24 hours. And Henri right here is moving into an area of moderate to high wind shear due to a upper level trough. And this is the trough that's going to steer it to New England, but is producing wind shear of about 25 to 30 knots, and it's going to move into areas of shear that are like 30 knots. So wind shear is kind of working against Henri now, so it is not in a favorable position to strengthen that much. But don't let the winds deceive you, because there's still going to be major impacts across the Northeast from Henri. And just like Fred, the winds don't always tell the story. So here are the spaghetti models for Henri. And again, most of the models curve it north and northwest towards Long Island, Bridgeport, and Providence, Rhode Island, Boston, Massachusetts, takes it through western Massachusetts across southern New Hampshire and eventually east toward southern Maine, Nova Scotia, and Halifax, Nova Scotia. So we are likely going to be dealing with a strong tropical storm, maybe a minimal hurricane as it makes landfall across Long Island. And on the east side, you're going to have some storm surge, a big-time storm surge issues, as the winds on the east side of Henri blow the water onshore, basically. Storm surge is one of the most dangerous aspects of a tropical system. So I've shown you the spaghetti models. I will now show you impacts that Henri will be producing across the Northeast. So here's the National Hurricane Center, and here's Grace across south central Mexico. Here's Henri off the North Carolina coast, and this is insignificant. There's only a 10% chance of this area developing in the next 5 days. So we're going to be focusing on Henri. And first I'm going to show you the cone. So the official cone has it striking south central Connecticut as a 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm Sunday evening. And you have hurricane warnings posted across most of Long Island and the Connecticut, Rhode Island coasts, with tropical storm warnings posted from the central New Jersey shore through New York City, through western Long Island, and then again on the east side across across southern Massachusetts, including Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. So here's what your cone is showing. Now I'll be showing you potential rainfall. So here's a map of forecast rainfall from Henri, and light green is 1 to 2 inches, dark green is 2 to 4 inches, yellow is 4 to 6 inches, and orange is 6 to 10 inches. So most of New England is going to be receiving at least 2 to 4 inches of rain from Henri, with several areas receiving 4 to 6 inches, and areas along Island receiving up to 10 inches of rain. So there's going to be a fairly decent flooding threat across the Northeast from Henri, from just heavy rain. And then here's a flash flooding potential. The Hurricane Center is putting a moderate flood risk over New York City, Albany, and Hartford, Connecticut over the next 3 days, with a slight risk in Philadelphia, Wilkes-Barre, and other areas of New York State, eastern Pennsylvania, southern New Jersey, southern Vermont, central Massachusetts, eastern Connecticut, and Rhode Island. And we're going to be looking at peak surge. The Hurricane Center is indicating 1 to 3 feet of storm surge across the entire Atlantic coast of New Jersey, storm surge of 2 to 4 feet across Long Island, and 3 to 5 feet of storm surge across southern Connecticut, southern Rhode Island, and southeastern Massachusetts, and 2 to 4 feet on eastern Massachusetts, and 1 to 3 feet across east central and northeastern Massachusetts. And finally, we're going to be looking at wind speed probabilities. So anywhere in the purple has a 90% or above chance of seeing tropical storm force winds of 39 miles per hour or stronger, which includes eastern Long Island. The maroon is an 80 to 90% chance, which is all of Connecticut and Rhode Island. The lighter red is a 70 to 80% chance, which is the southern, southwestern Massachusetts, and then the oranges are 60 to 70%, which encompasses the rest of New England. Anyway, if you guys are in the Northeast, keep a very close eye on Henri because you're going to be having some serious impacts. Anyway, thanks for watching my tropical update. Have a wonderful afternoon.